Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to make some ribbed and perforated style leather effect for your Judge Dredd costume. This is what the end product looks like. So there we've got the ribbed effect, a high ridge, and then the perforated part. It does flex and bend, so you will be able to use it for the collars and the elbow pads where this leather effect is mainly used. Here's a photo to prove it. What we're going to be making is predominantly made out of this stuff, which is kids' craft foam, the thin stuff. Not the thick stuff that we normally use, but the thin stuff. And one of these, a window cloth. Why a window cloth, you may say? Thank you, because it has holes in it already. So once we've stuck it all together, we'll then use a couple of paints to give it the leather effect. So without further ado, be warned, here's a demonstration of it. Here is our piece of craft foam to make the accordion or ribbed type leather effect, which is this bit here. That's what we're going to be making here. So on the craft foam, I've measured, you can see it here, 4 centimeters from the bottom, 2.5 centimeters, and then 2 centimeters going all the way up to the top. And then on the flip side, just made some marks where the 2 centimeters are on both sides, so that helps it when you come to fold it. A bit like a fan. If you ever made a paper fan, that's what we're sort of making here, kind of. So the first bit we're going to do is make the raised ridge bit, sort of joiny part on the fake leathery part. So this is how we do that. So for this we need our shoelace and our glue gun. So on the first line across, 4 centimeters from the end there, we get a glue gun, and then we run the glue all the way along the line. We get a shoelace, just plonk it on the glue till that sets. There you go, not rocket science that, was it? Get rid of that. Do mind your fingers when you do that. So it's sometimes handy when you hot glue gun in, have a bowl of water nearby. Obviously be careful with the electrics. You can dip your finger in first before wipe any excess glue off, because it is rather warm, surprisingly enough. And obviously super gluey as well, so we'll snip the ends off so they're not in the way then. So this is just a normal like round shoelace. Always get some sharp scissors. Lovely. Don't matter what colour it is, because it's covered up in the finished effect. So now that is dry, we need to run another line of glue along the top of shoelace here, and then we fold that piece over. Simple as that. So let's get me glue gun again and run the glue in there. Sizzle, sizzle. And just roll it up. Nice and firm with it, make it have it. Sometimes you get your ruler in as well. That helps you form the ridge. Voila! There's the first rolled ridge. Now, to make this part, you can just fold all the pieces up one at a time though, so it takes a while, so I'll do a couple and then I'll finish it off and come back to show the finished effect. So we need to find our first 2 centimeter line. And we put our ruler on there. And that way, might be a bit easier. And we fold that back over there, just so we've got a bit of a crease in the foam. So it makes it a bit easier when you come to glue it. So there we can see our crease. We get Mr. Glue Gun again. And we fire the glue in there. Don't want to come out tonight, does it? I don't know. Right, let's have another go. And just fold that back where you made the crease. Just rub your fingers along it and aid the gluing process. So this part won't actually be seen. This will be the bottom part of the trough when you're making the rolled leathery part. It's the actual next one, which will be forming the top, which will be actually seen, which makes the rib door like the accordion leather type. So here is our next glue line. Next one along. Then give it a bit of a helping hand. I've had a word with my glue gun now, so it should work for me. They always say never work with animals or children. Or glue guns, obviously. And then we just fold that up on the crease and give it a rub. And you can see it's already starting to form the accordion effect. I don't know what it would cost to actually make it leather, but this is a couple of pounds, if that. So next one, we just repeat the process, top of the trough and the bottom of the trough, and then I'll come back and show you in a minute how that went. After a few minutes bending and gluing, we end up with this item. Obviously, if you want more bends, you just make a bigger piece. This is just for demonstration purposes only. So we've got the thick part there, and then the accordion effect leather there. So it does flex quite well, especially when it's painted up. It does give the appearance of leather. Now, how to do the perforated leather part. So we take our window cloth, which is already got the holes in, and then we measure 1.5 centimeters or 15 mil from the end of it, and then we need another piece of craft foam underneath it just to support it, because it's not as thick as the craft foam. So getting our trusty glue gun, glue along the top there. Again, this is all on the inside, so you won't actually see any of this. It's just for support purposes. Then we roll that back on there. Careful not to burn your fingers when the glue comes through the holes. If you want, you can always run another line of glue under this edge just to support it, if you so wish. Then, with this part, so we're having the perforated leather effect this side of the larger ridge. So we can bend that back a little bit. So it gives us a ridge. And what we're going to do, we're going to glue on this inside edge here, and then just pop that up to it, like so. So that's what we'll do now, shall we? There's lots of other ways to get a leather effect, but for the Judge Dredd uniform, there's lots of perforated and ribbed accordion leather on the collar and the elbow pads. This is the tricky bit. This is where I wish here's one I made earlier. Push it in, let the glue do its magic. I'd say there's probably many other ways on YouTube how to do this, but this is my version of it, and it seems to work. I thought I'd share it with you guys. So there we go. So once that's dry, you can then spray that up with your adhesion promoter and then the rubberized paint. So that didn't take too long. So that's how it all flexes, all stays together quite well. So once that's all glued and made and cut to the size you want, you then need to get a tin of this, which is a spray adhesion promoter. So it's really good for flexible surfaces if you want to paint onto them. Stops the paint cracking. So follow the instructions for that, which is what I did. And after that, I then painted the whole thing, sprayed it, I should say, with rubberized black. Now this is flexible, which is quite handy when you're doing elbow pads and neck rolls. So once it's been sprayed, here's one I made earlier, it has the matte black effect. So it's black, and it all bends and the paint stays together, but not overly leathery. So guess what, just rub some nice black solid shoe polish into it, not the cream but the waxy type, and then give it a buff, and then you get this effect, which is pretty leathery. I think you'll find even that part holds up quite well and is flexible, so the paint doesn't crack, so we had to bend it into the neck roll and the elbow pads as well. So there you go. I'm going to pop a list up in a minute of the items that you need to make it as well. So thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon.